the level of a skill and the challenge which is going to come, how do you measure that? Is there a parametric way? Otherwise it becomes too subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I like your point around video games, because I think that's an example of using flow and the psychology almost against us to make us addicted and to
Yeah.
create potentially bad habits.
Yeah.
So it can be used in any way, right? We don't necessarily want to lose track of time when we're doing something that might not be the best use of our time.
True.
So I think that's an interesting point. When it comes to challenge and skill, it is a subjective experience. It is something that is unique to every individual. And I'd like to point out that, what makes me go into flow might not necessarily what makes you go into flow. So there's inherent differences in what, first of all, my skill level is, what I find challenging, but then also what is intrinsically motivating and what will get you excited enough to lose track of time and get into that optimal experience.
True. Talking about this intrinsic motivation again, just a little bit of more thoughts about intrinsic motivation. So, what motivates you might be really different from what your field of work might be, or those are two different aspects. How do you bring that together so that, for example, I was talking about achieving maximum efficiency in whatever you do. And if you are into a place where your job doesn't require to be intrinsically motivated, and those are two parallel paths, how do we deal with that?
Such a good question. And maybe I'll even talk about job crafting now, because that
Please,
feels
yeah.
like a perfect segue. So job crafting is based off of work by Wierzewski, which I told you, these were difficult names that I'm going to be saying today. But it's basically the idea that you can proactively kind of change what your job looks like. And of course, in an ideal state, that could be altering the boundaries of what's included within your job. So that might be, trying to change the task to things that are intrinsically motivating to you, trying to change the time that's allotted to things. But that's also not possible for a lot of people. So she also talks about changing your mindset when it comes to